Hi, my name is Mike Stizlicki, and I'm doing this video as a final wrap-up video for LIS 3267 Information Professionals. Not all too much has changed in the last 4 or 5 months. Still a super huge sports fan, and the Knowles still haven't lost, so that works out. I just lost my fantasy football league. There was a 5-way tie, and I had the second most points, but I lost to the person with the most points. So I'm a little bitter about in that area right now. I now work a job that requires me to market through social media. I work at Primetime Lounge. It's a really good idea for a local place. It really is. We get a bunch of people that go on there and see the advertising that's going on and want to get involved. And there's a lot of coordination done through Facebook pages, and they have all of the policies and whatnot on Google Docs. So it's really it's seamless how they do it there, and I'm just seeing a lot of benefits as far as those kind of technologies in areas that I didn't think I would even see, and it really helps the information in that area get across to me a little better. I have another job at a communications polling firm downtown, Cherry Communications. It's a nice job. The hours were very reasonable and flexible, and they still have been during election time specifically. Still work there now, but the hours are a little later there now. But it definitely made me a little more knowledgeable about what was going on politically, and I can say that for the first time I did vote this in last November in the primaries. So. For being related to like my band and whatnot, there's a little less going on with that than there has been. We did play at Gain Street Fest. When we played last time, we played with Aaron Carter, which that was a little weird. His tour bus kind of smelled like McDonald's, and he didn't really come out until the end. And I was like trying to charge for like special VIP access and stuff, but yeah, we went on like first, and there were like 3 other people, so I barely didn't see much of that. But we were kind of like shunned from this local compilation tape, and we've all been really busy with school and stuff, so we haven't really been doing much. We do have a show coming up next week, a house show for my friends setting up, and it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be kind of like a end of the semester, finals are done kind of party kind of thing. And I also really do use Facebook groups to look at shows that go on in the union, and I can say with 100% accuracy, and for my personal taste, that the shows that the guy who's in charge there has been booking have been the absolute best that there have been there in the 4 years that I've gone here. So I also think that the information that my school helped surround me with was really great. Research Professionals was one class that I took, and it taught me how to go about using research procedures. Showed me a couple really good tools as well. I'd say my favorite class was probably Information Science, and I'm not just saying that because of this video. I'm saying that because of the subject matter that was covered in the course was all kept really very current. And since I like to be reading all of the tech blogs, I have them all bookmarked, Mashable, Wired. I have every single one, and so I thought that it was really good for like matching that information with that and really being able to understand what they were talking about 100% of the time. Info Systems and Services taught me a little more about Unix systems, which I've probably taken about 3 or 4 classes that have Unix involved with it, and I've come to understand pretty much everything there is to know about it, I believe. I mean, there's bash scripting, but that's a little something different. And I also think that is now something that is completely essential to know if you're going to do a development of any type. And it's also pretty easy. Technical Communications is another class I took. I really enjoyed that class too. There were really good practical real-world examples that happened in that class. And really just all of the information that I gathered from all of these classes were really pertinent and important in my growth as a student and as a person as well. And I also took online macroeconomics, and that was, for lack of a better word, easy. Overall, this semester also I worked in many more groups than I had ever worked in. I had really kind of groups all around the spectrum, ones that I really liked, ones that I really didn't like, but in every group I did have at least 1 or 2 people who would really want to be getting stuff done with me, and that's really all I need. I'd say that for how the information affects me, I'd say that I choose what information affects me, and I think that even more so now after taking this classes this semester, I continue to understand how important the filter is by which you how you filter the information that you process, and what to believe and what not to believe. But I think that, for lack of a better word, I have a pretty strong grasp on that filter. So I think I control more so the information that I surround myself with. So I guess to kind of answer the question, it doesn't really affect me. I mean, it does, but I choose how it affects me in a major extent. Um, I guess the final question is what I would think an information professional is. And I'd say that what info pros do is that they manipulate data and they make it easier for others to consume. There's a lot to know in this day and age. I think that if you can't take a third-person perspective and look at things as a whole, then I don't think you can make it at all in tech. And I think that also, to sum it up here, an information professional is someone who keeps current with the culture of technology, someone who's well versed in the standards that are widely accepted today as being the most efficient means by which to process information, someone who has a need to personally understand things to the fullest. In today's world, there's no excuse to be ignorant of any information that you project yourself to be versed in. Thank you, and I had a great time with class.